Okay, I will get things started. So I don't want to take up too much of anyone's time. So we'll shoot through this fairly quickly. And essentially, what I'll do is I'll just run you through how the grants work, and then we will open up the floor for any questions. And you are very welcome to ask any questions. After this session, I'll circulate the recording, to anyone that might have registered and hasn't jumped on today. And I'll also send out some of our previous sessions as well, just in case a question comes up that maybe we don't get asked today, that you might be interested in as well. So yeah, exciting. Welcome to Spark Women in Business Grants. We are actually in round 7. So can you believe there's a typo in the first screen? Gotta love that. So what is Spark? Spark is essentially a platform for women in business who want to grow their profit and impact. So absolutely, we have the quarterly grant programs, $15,000 every quarter back to our members, back to women in business. But we are actually so much more than that. So Spark is a membership community where women in business come together to network, to share expertise. We have library of previous masterclasses, resources, templates, an exclusive Slack channel where you can chat to other women in business and share your wins, challenges, and ask. An incredible business directory with nearly 4,000 listings now. So our goal is to get more sales, more revenue, more profit back to women in business. So we every day are talking about where people should be spending their money with female-owned businesses. As a part of your membership as well, you also get a dedicated podcast interview, social media shout outs, perks and discounts, and of course, entry into the quarterly grant program. Now, if membership's not for you, that is totally fine. We do recognize that some people only join us in the membership to get access to the grant program. There's so much free stuff as well. So we've got free webinars, free masterclasses, free downloadables, all on the website. Our podcast, which is 3 female founder interviews every week, plus a solo episode from myself, plus our Women in Business news as well. So plenty of things to dive into that are free if you're just testing the waters. And then when you are ready to join us, we would of course love to have you. Every time we do the grant program, I offer the $100 discount to our annual membership, because I know, again, some people might just be here for the grant. So that is the discount code just there on the screen, which is Grant 100 Year. Now, you don't need to be on the yearly option to get access to the grant. You can just be on our $39 a month plan, no contracts, cancel anytime. But if you do want to join us for the year, that is the cheapest it will ever be at $265 with your $100 discount. So that is what Spark is all about. I wanted to call this out. So we are currently building the world's largest directory of female-owned brands. So we're taking it to the next level this year. It's not just about education and networking. It is all about promotion opportunities as well. So how we get your business in front of more consumers or business women. So who am I? I am Danielle. I am the CEO and founder here at Spark. I have been in business now for over 12 years, so 4 different businesses, if the Greys are calling me out, and 20-year career in sales and marketing. So over the last 12 years in business, I was the CEO and co-founder of an influencer marketing platform and agency called Scrunch. I built and exited the Answer Store, which was an e-commerce direct-to-consumer business through COVID. Yes, in hand sanitizer, but also expanded into lifestyle products and a small local media company before that. And founder here at Spark. So I will always spill the champagne. We don't spill tea here. We always spill champagne about how women in business can grow their profit and impact. So at year 40 this year, I've discovered that my passion is taking my 30 years of sales and marketing and business and help other women do their thing and change the world. So why do we believe in grants? So let me tell you a very quick story how this all got started. So, as I mentioned, our podcast, we interview 3 incredible female founders every week with the idea that sharing stories at all level of business will help other women grow. And I found myself showing up on the podcast one day saying, we were just sprouting the same stats as everybody else, how women are underfunded, how less than 2% of VC money goes to women. And I made the outrageous statement that if anything was going to change, if we were going to do something about it, it had to be us. And I think at the time I meant women collectively. But as I reflected on that statement, I thought, no, it's actually has to be us. I've got to start putting our money where our mouth is. So the grant program was born, and we reinvest $15,000 every quarter back into our members. And that's cash. That's not in kind. That is just 15 grand transferred to women in business. So we've actually, as that last round, completed $85,000 worth of funding to 12 amazing women in business. And these are so varied, the businesses. People often have looked at government grant programs, and they might have had to have been a tech business or, something really fit into a box. It's not like that here. So the types of businesses that have been funded to date are a slow fashion studio, a music school, a dance school, a beauty retailer, a textile, an amazing sustainable textile, a body piercing place, a sports tech platform, a health and wellness physical product, a pub, a textile designer. In the last round, we also had the beautiful Bliss Feeds, which is a breast pad product that is in the prototyping phase. So just such varied products, varied services. So it's really, not a one size fits all type program. We have a 10K grant and a 5K grant. When you put your application in, you can essentially apply for either, and it is awarded by a judge. So a judge will review all of those applications and award one 5K grant to an entrant and one 10K. To give you a view on eligibility, again, over the last 12 plus years in business now, I have applied for every grant under the sun, and they used to just drive me bananas because they took so long. I would always leave them to the last minute and then find out it was hours and hours and hours of work, and you'd have to get letters of support and all of this crazy stuff. And so I wanted to really make applying easy. So if you're a business that's based in Australia, New Zealand, or Singapore, you identify as female, you've been in business for 12 months or more. Now, that means your business number is registered for 12 months. You don't actually have to have been making money or be in market. That is absolutely fine. And you're a Spark member, then everything else is fair game. As I said, there's no product restrictions, no service restrictions. You can be a not-for-profit, a for-profit, service-based, product-based, whatever you want to be. It doesn't matter. As long as you can articulate how the 5K or 10K will help you grow your profit and impact, then you are absolutely eligible. From an application point of view, we say it really shouldn't take more than an hour. Obviously, everyone agonizes over it a lot longer. But in terms of, how arduous the questions are, let me show you. The first 11 questions are really just business related, like what's your name, your email, business details. And then there are essentially 3 meaty questions. Who are you and what do you do? And then how would the 5K or 10K grant enable you to grow the profit and impact in your business? And then actually itemize it. So what would you spend that money on? And then a 1 to 2 minute video to support that entry. And the video is essentially the same information. Who are you, what you do, and how would you spend the 5K or 10K to grow your business? It's essentially, some people come across better in video, others in text. And the judges, they're guest judges each time. Some prefer, they consume information better via video, better via text. So we just want everyone to have the opportunity to put their best foot forward. From a timeline point of view, and I do apologize, this timeline hasn't been updated. Applications are currently open. So we work on a 3-month cycle. So the applications are open all of February. Judging will take place in March, and then the grant is awarded on or before the 10th of April. So February, March, April is the timeline. And literally the phone calls happen to the 2 winners in the first week of April. And as soon as their grant grant agreement is signed, which is literally 2 pages, spend it on the thing you said you're going to spend it on, that's funded in the same day. So there's no months of wait time, to get that money either. That money is just transferred straight into the hands of the winners. And look, I always add this at the end because my favorite part of applying for the grant, the application process, I've just had so many people, winners and non-winners, talk about how, the process of backing yourself really helps to build that confidence muscle. And they've kind of gone, once I applied for Spark, I just started applying for other things. And, because I really got that confidence up. And also you'll be a part of Spark. So that means we will become obsessed with your business growth as well. So I absolutely love that. Now, if there's anything that I haven't answered, I would love to throw over to everyone on the call. If you have any questions related to your business or about the grant, I am super happy to answer. And up to you, if you want to come off mute, please come off mute. Or if you want to drop it in the chat, totally up to you as well. And if you are nervous and you don't want to talk to me today, my email is up on the screen as well. If you want to email me directly rather than asking on the call today, you are welcome to. And I will certainly make sure that you're looked after before the application deadline.
Hi there, Danielle.
Hey, Nikki, how are you?
Good thing. I'm sorry I was a few minutes late. So
That's okay.
I'm not sure if I missed in the beginning of the chat. In terms of the grant, apply for it. Is that just through Spark Business Global?
Yes.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's so Spark Business is our business name. Sparkbusiness.global is our Instagram and website. But yeah, so you are in the right place if you're looking for the Spark grants.
Fantastic. Amazing. Thank you. Yeah, because I just have a fashion business and I find that being a product based, I'm kind of like at a bit of a halt, and I think I need just a little bit of like excitement to help just kind of propel me a little bit forward again.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. And I know that, in terms of grant funding available through, say, government and bits and pieces, that the creative industries don't always get looked after.
No, we really don't.
Awesome. Does anyone else have a
Thank you
question?
so much.
That's okay. Anyone else have a question while we're all here?
Hi, hello. I put the question. Thanks for the presentation and congratulations for all your journey. I put it in the chat, so I've joined 2 minutes late, so I might have missed what would be eligible expenditure for the grant. So in what can I spend that money?
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I have just seen the questions come through the chat now. Amazing. So the eligible expenditure, there aren't any restrictions. So if you can articulate how spending the money on certain items will help you grow the profit or impact in your business, then it is eligible. So to give you some examples, we've had people spend the money on inventory, on marketing solutions, on operations, on payroll, on website development, on brand photo shoots. Really, as long as it's not a Chanel handbag, then you are very welcome to spend the money on whatever it is that is going to help you grow your business.
Great, thank you. And
No
then
worries.
is it randomized, or what's the criteria to win the grant?
So it's actually a judge awarded grant. So we have a guest judge each quarter that comes in and reviews all of the applications. And they essentially make sure that they feel from their application that if they gave the winner the 5K or 10K, that they really would understand how to grow the profit and impact in their business, and that their project that they described in the application would actually come to life. So it's a really good question to ask because, in the past we have had some people say, I want to spend 10K on marketing. And that doesn't give the judge much confidence that you know what you're going to do. So you really want to make sure you break it down and say something like, we've actually already experimented with Instagram ads and we know that this performs really well. And so now we're ready to scale them up, but we need that initial investment. Plus we need to update our visuals. So we want to work with a graphic designer or a brand photographer. So really going into that detail and showing the judge that if you spend the money on this is going to be the outcome. So it is judge awarded and you do need to essentially really be able to articulate how that money will help you grow.
Perfect. Thank you.
No worries. And we had one from Zoe as well. She said, roughly how many businesses apply per round? It's about 80. So we've had in the last 6 rounds, roughly about 80 applicants every round. So, we thought it would keep growing, but it seems to just sit at about 80 applicants each round. Awesome. Anybody else have any questions? Feel free to pop it in the chat or come off mute. Totally up to you.
I had another one.
Do you need
Danielle.
to have quotes or anything when you're talking
Sorry,
about?
I'll take someone else.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Like in terms of if you're hoping for it to go towards payroll or like expanding your business, so upscaling equipment or that sort of thing, to like do systems in place. Do you need quotes to provide as a part of your application to show that that's sort of where it's going, or is it just sort of by what you say, like I guess a good honesty?
Yeah, so you don't need to attach any quotes, but you do need to really be certain. So I'll give you an example. If you knew how much a piece of inventory was going to cost, or a piece of equipment was going to cost, or payroll, or working with a particular service provider, then we want you to put that exact cost in there. We've had people apply in the past and kind of go, I really want to do this, but I haven't really spoken to anyone or got any quotes yet. And then I'm like, well, that doesn't give the judge confidence that giving you the money would help, because they haven't kind of gone down that path. So you don't need to attach a physical quote, but you do need to be pretty specific about how much things are going to cost and where you're going to put the money.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. And Nikki's come in the chat. In your experience seeking grants, did you find much luck with the government grants, and what type of businesses did you receive a grant for? So I can just share from my personal experience. So Scrunch, my other business, the influencer marketing, is a piece of software. So it's a technology platform and also a marketing agency. We didn't have a lot of luck with grant funding. This is part of the reason why we do what we do at Spark is, I was a co-founder of the business, a female, but we actually raised venture capital. So because we had more male shareholders than female shareholders, we suddenly became ineligible for the female grants.
Wow.
Yeah, it just drove me.
Yeah.
insane.
I would be so frustrated.
And we talk about making it easier for women to get access to funding, and that's what these programs are supposed to do. And then they put up these roadblocks. So yes,
insane. That is terrible.
Totally. So we had a lot of luck with things like the R&D and the export grants, which are not kind of judge merit kind of grants. They're more just like they're almost like ATO funding rather than a grant program. So we leveraged those to great success. And we worked with Advanced Queensland quite closely as well. So I found Advanced Queensland were quite good, but that's so location specific. I don't live in Queensland anymore, so
that's fair enough.
Being eligible for those. So so they're the only ones that I've had kind of any level of luck with. But it just depends on kind of what you're after. So
okay, thank you so much. Did you ever consider seeking like an investor? Yeah,
so we raised capital for Scrunch. The marketing software. So we
Yeah.
raised about $3 million over 5 years through
Oh,
Brisbane
wow.
Angels.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Brisbane Angels Scale. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I don't always recommend it. Let me tell you this. It's very different working with investors who then, you know, you now report to. So that's really interesting. Dynamic change, being a business owner, you almost stop being a boss, you know, because you now have a board and you have shareholders. So
Yeah.
I don't
But was
always.
that a single investor or was that like a venture capital?
So we raise capital from angel level. So Brisbane Angel
Okay.
Scale Investors, which is an investment kind of group out of Melbourne who primarily invest in female-led businesses.
Oh, great.
Yeah, they're fantastic. If anyone is looking for investment scale
What was it
investors,
called, sorry?
Scale. I'll
Sorry?
pop it in the Scale
Thank you.
Investors. No, that's right. I'll pop it in the chat as well. So if anyone's interested, you can have a look at those
That's
guys.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, so just those sort of groups and some individuals. So yeah, but it is a whole different beast, raising capital. It's an interesting one. I should run a session on that one.
Well, yeah, definitely. I'll book it in if you do 100%, because I'm kind of in the process now where I would think I would like to go down that path because it would help, I guess, also bring that business mentality that I'm lacking because I'm more design and product background. So I wouldn't mind. I mean, when you did it, did you give up much, like a huge percentage of your company, of your business?
Yeah, so over the course of 3 separate capital rounds, we ended up giving away 49% of the business.
Right.
So
wow. Okay.
it's a big like idea and business change. Yeah.
Yes. Wow. That's all right. It's all a learning journey.
Totally, that's right.
Awesome. Thank you.
Of course. Anyone else have any questions while we're all here? As I said, you are welcome to send me an email too if you think of anything after the session. So good. Well, everyone's been quiet, so I will wrap it up there. As I said, I will send this recording and some of our previous recordings around to anyone who registered. My email is on the screen, danielle@sparkbusiness.global. If you do have a question, if you start applying and you get stuck on any of the questions, I'm so happy to help and make sure that you're looked after. So please do reach out anytime. I hope everyone has a fabulous week ahead.